Okay, right, carrying on with the rebuild on this one. Really are getting to the final stages now. I'm going to pop the faceplate back on. Okay, I've sped this up a bit. I'm sure you don't want to watch me step by step putting the top back on the unit. As I say, it's just going back together now, and just got to polish up the control knobs and get them put on, and follow me for the next bit. Okay, the knobs are ready to go back on. There is a little bit of corrosion in some of these, so I've just popped a bit of grease on the spindles just to stop them corroding anymore, and to stop them sticking onto the spindles. I had quite a job to get them off originally, as you saw. So I just put a little tiny slither of grease on the spindles. Again, I've cleaned the knobs up with some Duraglit. Not gone mad on them, but I have got to repaint the actually, no, that's wrong. Wrong, that's a tuning knob. So again, these will come off nice and easy in future. Certainly going on nice and easy anyway, which is good. So let's have a look what we've got here. Let's go with that one as the volume on off. So again, I've greased all these as well, very lightly. That's still tough to get on and off. But a lot easier. So if the new owner wants to take these off and give them a good going over, he can. I've done them 90% there. They could probably do with a bit extra. So again, these just pop on. Little square retainers. Again, they come up quite nice with the Duraglit. I've got one gone astray somewhere. Okay, found it. I've actually thrown it in the bin, believe it or not. This is with my cleaning cloth. There we are. So, what else have I got to do here in a minute? I've got to sort this aerial out. Let's get that one done while I think of it. Basically got to adjust the height. Just put a little bit of tape around the body there. So it just pokes out a little bit. And that one up. Okay, so what I'm doing is just wrapping some insulation tape around this. It's purely to make a tighter fit on the bracket down there. Oh, come back Ariel. Okay, let's snip that off. Very precious aerial, this. I should be missing this when I'm restoring my Black Knight. Yeah, let's get that turned around. There's actually a washer that goes on that as well. Just let me grab that. There we are, all back in. Let's pop the amp board back in. So what else have we got to do before we fire it up? Apart from the battery and the speaker, I don't think there's a lot else. The power supply and the speaker. So this is 12 volts, center pin negative. Let's get ready. Fire them up. See if it works. I don't want to hope it will. Right, so I've got to remember which way the speaker connections went. Okay, well the blue goes to the red terminal. Will it fit in there? No. Gonna have to just slide it in over there. For that. Make sure nothing's shorting on it. Just prop it up with that bit of insulation tape for the minute. Right, I think we're ready for some power. Right, power. Power. Oh, hello. Whee. What's going on? Okay, we got a we got a short there somewhere. Hang on. Okay, panic over. Schoolboy error. What it was. It's going to be difficult to show you, but let's get you in a bit closer. Frightened the life out of me, that did. This is the on-off and volume switch, and this is just a wire that comes off, links back to this one. That was touching this screw, that wire. I mean, it seems a bit weird because it's earthed there anyway, but I've removed that and we're back in business. I've removed that short, so let's have another go. Okay, well, poking around in this radio with it on, it was going into some weird sort of screaming oscillation noise from time to time, and wiggling this connector here did start and stop it. So I think I've found there's an issue with the blue wire on this connector. Actually, you can see, I don't know why I've still got my gloves on, to be honest, but there you go. That goes from there to there. So I've got readings all over the shop, and yeah, see, it's not. So I'm going to change that connector out. It's not an issue with the power supply there, it's just this audio input cable. So I'm going to swap that one for my donor radio cable and see how we get on. Okay, that's the one out of the other radio, and this is the one from this radio. Both look fine really, don't they? A little bit tarnished on the ends, both of them really, so I'm going to go over those with a fiberglass pencil before I push it back in. Just going to give it a general clean up as well, so that's my next trick. Yes, as I say, I've cleaned this one up. So I'm just going in the contacts now with a fiberglass pencil. Careful with these things because they've got lots of shards of what is really glass, so just as well I've got my gloves on for this one. Right, they're nice and shiny now. Just going to use a wet wipe to get rid of this fiberglass residue there. Nasty stuff. Let's give these a little bit of a tin. Let's get down my nicely painted third hand tool. Bit of flux. This is old wire. Actually, what I'll do is I'll wick away the old stuff, I think, first. Get rid of that. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of fresh solder in there. Let's get rid of that now. Squirt the flux on the board. That's better. So this is the tone board that this cable comes out of. That's the audio signal out of the tone board. Actually, let's stick some flux on there. It's a nice joint. Now the other one's a bit trickier. Got to solder that from the top really. There's just like two little tiny tabs on the back there. They're pretty flat on this. They should be raised so as they lock in as you push them in. I thought they came out a little bit too easily as well. There we go. There's one. There's the other one. Yes, they should lock in place now. Cool. Too tight now. There we are. Okay. Good morning. It's quite a nice morning here in southwest England. Just a bit of an update. Late last night I came in. I didn't do any videoing because it was late and I didn't want to make any noise. But basically I've done the two measurement alignments on the amplifier. The original noise I was getting, I'm convinced, was the connector and the connecting wire going up to the IF, no, not the IF, to the tone board, which I've replaced. Now I've set up the midpoint voltage on this, which is basically you've got to short out the input to ground. So basically short pins C to D, and you need to probe on the junction of these two resistors, high stability resistors by the looks of it, metal plate, very nice. So yeah, basically got to take your measurement from there. It needs to be 5.85 volts measured at that point to ground, and the adjustment's RP1. So what I've done that, it was about 5.6, so it's a little bit out but not too bad. Then I did the quiescent current on it. Again, you've got to short out the two pins, and then you've got to remove a test link. There's two links in this one, so it's a little bit confusing, but I did get there in the end. Let's see if I can get you in a bit closer. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think you can just about see it. Yeah, so the test link is here, look. Just there. So you basically got to desolder that, put your multimeter in that line, and measure the current coming off. And that's adjusting RP2 for 3 milliamps, and it was about 2.4, 2.5, so I've increased the current a little bit. But yeah, I did put it on test last night, fairly low volume because my good lady was asleep. So let's make sure nothing's touching here, because as I say, I've not got it totally back together yet. Pop in our power. I was listening to some shortwave late last night, so let's pop it back on FM for the time being. Let's hook up a little jumper. Zoom you back out again a minute. So I've got my power supply back in. I've measured that as well, it's exactly 12 volts. Everything's clear, so let's pop him on. Let's do a bit of tuning around.
Here, I expect you could...
It's typical, it's noise again now.
There's no need. Henry's going to be in Wales.
What are you so?
That's kind, Mother, but it won't be necessary. It doesn't need to be. Excuse me, I really have to go. Bye.
Daddy, I found my cricket ball.
Oh, good job, Henry. Put it in your suitcase.
So the issue that I had has returned, and I think I've got a problem with one of these transistors. Typical, isn't it? just when you thought you'd sorted it, it comes back to bite you. Let's get you down a little bit here. So I don't know if you can hear that. At 0 volume, I've got this background rumbling noise. I have had a look through the components on this on my scope, and it appears that the noise is generated by TR4, because I've got a nice smooth signal up until then. For some reason, that one is playing up. So I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure because I've not had it out of circuit yet, and I can only go on what I'm seeing on the scope. And I've not checked the voltages. So if you can hear that noise at the moment, let's whip that off. Just to prove it, I'm going to put my spare amplifier in line. Again, I've done nothing to this one, it's not been recapped, it's exactly as it's come out of my donor radio. And as I say, I won't be shipping it with this amp, but let's turn it on now. And there, just do normal sort of hum that you'd expect through the amplifier anyway, and turn it up.
Baby, you know that.
That's no better. Came down to breakfast this morning wearing his swimming shorts.
Why?
Wanted to ask us.
Oh, don't tell me. Does my bum look big in this?
You're not far off.
Get away.
These swimming shorts of his, he's had them a while, and truly, they are a bit on the tight side.
So yeah, there is still a fault on this board. So unfortunately, that's going to hold me up a little bit, but we will get it looked at and sorted, because I do love a bit of fault finding. So certainly I've tested it from the input through the circuit. I've checked these 3 lock fit transistors, and it appears that it's the BC159 that might be making it a bit noisy. I have found an equivalent. I've got another lock fit which I'm reluctant to put in, which is a BC, I think it's 1.4 something. It's a 147. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me just get that a minute. Okay, yeah, the 2 transistors that I've got that will fit it. One is a lock fit, which is a BC157, but then I've got another one, a BCY71, which was also an equivalent by the looks of it. Different can, that's the only difference. Let's just have a quick look at that one. I've got that here somewhere, bin 5. BCY71, yeah, there we are. So that's what I'm proposing to put in there, I think, rather than another lock fit, although another lock fit would look the business. I could, I suppose, replace all the transistors in it while I'm here. I believe they're BC149s. I think I can put a BC108 in there, but I will double check that first, and that'll make them all looking the same then. But yeah, I think that's where the fault lies. So anyway, I'm going to get on and do that. The other thing I've got left to do is to put some new cloth on the... As you can see, I've popped the hacker badge back in now. I'm just going to put some new speaker cloth in there. I'm going to do that before I go out in a minute, because that's going to take a little while to set off. So that's my next job, this one here. Get the grill cloth on that, and then I'll sort that amplifier out. Okay, I've got my cloth cut to size now. I was looking for my staple gun, but I can't find it anywhere. I think it could be out in the shed, because I'm going to staple gun it in place first. But Not to worry. We'll should sit there quite nicely. I think what I'll do is I'll tape the ends to keep it nice and tight, and just put the grill on top just to weight it down for now. So I'm going to be using this Gorilla Glue stuff again, to make a note to get myself a glue brush as well. Well, all I'm doing here is just speeding it up a bit, because I'm sure you all know how to glue things. Wetting a cloth there just to get the excess glue off. This is a PVA glue, Gorilla Glue. Good stuff. It does dry clear, so it doesn't matter if you get a little bit on the outside of the grill cloth. It'll disappear totally, and I did get a couple little drops on the outside, but once it's dry you just can't see it at all. So I did give the cloth a little bit of a stretch, and the idea was to hold it in place with some masking tape. So I was going to staple it, but again I can't find my staple gun, so there we go. I did try the grill as well, but that didn't lay flat, so this is the route I took, stretching it and putting masking tape on. There we are. So leave that to go off, and I'll be back this afternoon to put the grill and the side cheeks on.